Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be really fun, I think. So I've seen a trend lately on YouTube called Your Assumptions About Me. Anything that you guys assume about me, I tell you if it's true or not. So I asked you guys over on Instagram, and then I also asked you on the community tab to leave any assumptions that you have about me. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the Instagram ones first, and then we will go over to the community tab, and I'm going to try to get to everybody. So I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try to call you guys by name this time. I never do that, but I'm going to try it this time. Okay, so the first assumption comes from Sierra, and she says, you always put others' needs before your own, even before you had kids. So I have to agree with you on this. I've always been the kind of person that just cares about other people. I don't say that in a bragging way. I've just always been the kind of person that just really cares about others. But honestly, it's just in my nature. That's just the way God made me. So yes, your assumption is correct. Abigail says, you're very nice when someone first meets you. I am one of those people that can come off as stuck up just because I'm shy. And so that's been a problem for me, is people thinking that I'm stuck up just because I am usually not the person to talk first, but I am nice once people get to know me. So I'm not stuck up. If you ever meet me in person, don't think I'm stuck up. Just very quiet. And then Brianna says, or it could be Brianna, I assume that you are very goal driven. Yes, if I get something in my head that I want to do, I'm going to do it. And that's just how I've always been. I'm strong-willed, and yeah. Miss Mama 505 says, you enjoy cleaning and you are a patient mom. Okay, so part of that is kind of correct. I enjoy cleaning sometimes. Sometimes it's just therapeutic to turn on some music and just clean. It's like my thinking time. And so I would say that I do enjoy cleaning part of the time, but not all the time. Then the next part, you are a patient mom. So not exactly. I try to be, but I'm not always patient. And that's just something that I've got to work on. That is one of my 2019 resolutions, is to be a more patient mom. So I am working on that. Tris_Brooke says, I would assume you don't drink alcohol. Such a weird assumption. I do drink alcohol actually, but I don't drink it very often. The alcohol that I drink the most is probably wine. I love anything Moscato. Marcy says, I assume you like country music. Yes, girl. I like Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, Cole Swindell, Brantley Gilbert, but I don't just like country music. I like a lot of different kinds of music. Stacy Lynn says, I assume you want more kids. You seem to be an awesome mom. Well, thank you, Stacy. So, yes, I actually do want more kids. Leslie says, I assume you have big financial goals as your YouTube channel grows. So that is correct. I have mentioned this before. I would love to be debt-free. I would love to own a house one day. We do live in a mobile home, and unfortunately mobile homes, they depreciate and they fall apart a lot easier than a house. So I would love to have a house one day, and then just to be able to provide my kids with college funds. That would be what I see myself doing financially. And Ruth Born to DIY says, I assume you like your hair down versus in an updo. And that is correct. I do like to wear my hair down. So that's all for the Instagram. Let's go over to the community tab now. Some of these may be like repeat assumptions, so I'll just skip those. Nicole Scott says, I assume you are naturally skinny and never work out. Kinda. So I guess you could say I'm naturally skinny, but whenever I worked, I had a desk job, and I had gained a lot of weight just sitting there day in, day out. And then whenever I got pregnant with Kane, after I had him, I stayed home. I don't really work out. I do go to the gym on occasion, but it's not like a regular thing. But just being on my feet and being busy at home has really helped me to keep the weight off. I can tell you right now, if I was sitting at a desk like I was, I wouldn't be this skinny. Nicole Kim says, you got married young. It's the little things that make you happy. You do all the cooking and cleaning in your household. So yes, I got married at the age of 19. And I love the little things. It's always been that way. Like, it's always been the simple things in life that make me happy. And then you do all the cooking and cleaning in your household. Yes. And then Micah Spencer says, you're a very kind, caring person and would make a really great friend. So I've kind of already answered part of that with the first assumption. You are a kind and caring person. It's just natural for me to care about others. And you would make a really great friend. I think that I'm a really good friend. I try to be that friend that you can come to. I don't have that many friends, to be honest. Like, I have 2 good ones that I talk to. But other than that, I just have my YouTube family. And that's what I love about YouTube, is I can have friends on the internet. Stacey Barker says, I assume you love doing DIYs and cooking home-cooked meals for your family. Also, you were married at a young age and had your first child young also. You care about what goes into and on your children and love natural and safe products. As far as the DIYs, I do like to do DIYs. I don't do as many as I would like to do, just because of the time that it takes to do DIYs. And cooking, I actually hate cooking, y'all. I know I do the what's for dinner videos. If you'll notice, those meals that I do are semi-cooked. Like, I don't do the whole cooking from scratch thing. I just hate cooking. I've never liked it. I don't know why. Like, I just can't get into it. And you were married at a young age. Yes, I got married at the age of 19. You also said you had your first child young also. Yes, I had Kai whenever I was 21. And you care about what goes into and on your children and love natural and safe products. I would say that's true to an extent. I do try to make sure that they eat good, but I'm not real picky about it. I try to go natural when I can, but sometimes that's not always an option, and I just don't like stress about it too much. I used to be the mom that would, if it wasn't organic, my kids couldn't eat it, and I went through that phase for like a year with Kai, and then it's like when Kane came along, I just wasn't as picky about it. So it's kind of true, but I don't stress about it. And then Lisa Marie says, you are teaching your boys how important it is to pray and always be thankful for what they have. Yes, we've always taught our boys how to pray, and Kai is actually getting to the point where he's starting to branch out with his prayers, and he's getting deeper with them, and it's so sweet because Kane watches him and he tries to do the same thing. Yes, that is true. We do teach the boys to be thankful for what they have. And then Libby says, Kel, I assume you're a sweet southern hot little mama. Thank you, Libby. Jersey Nurse says, I assume you may have some siblings. Love your videos. Yes, I have one sister. She's 2 years younger than I am. I'm 29, so that would make her 27. Then my Bella is a Bella says, I assume you're very conservative. Yes. Miranda Morgan says, I assume that you are always on time for everything and it drives you insane to see clutter and mess. So the clutter and mess part, yes. And then I assume that you're always on time for everything. No, actually, I'm not always on time. I run late a lot, actually. Melanie Hutchison says, I assume that you are naturally shy, but have worked hard to shine through it. I would also consider you a secure person, so maybe you have been through a lot to be where you are now. Love your channel so much, Kelly. You're awesome. Thank you, Melanie. That is so sweet. I am very shy, actually, which goes back to what I was talking about earlier. I come off as stuck up because I am so shy. You get to know me and I get to know you, like, it's over. And she said I would also consider you a secure person. So yeah, I think I'm pretty secure. I probably have my insecurities like anybody would have, but I think for the majority I'm pretty secure. And Brandy Crawford says, I assume you want more babies, and yes, I did answer that earlier. I do. And Colette says, I assume you were a straight A student, loved high school, and would excel in college if the opportunity was given. I hated high school. I was the student that did just enough to get by. I was not a straight A student, and I actually hated college as well. As a matter of fact, I dropped out of college. I don't know, that's the truth. Jennifer Romero says, you were the popular girl in school. No, actually. I was the girl that, I didn't really have like one particular clique that I stuck to. I had 2 good friends, but I pretty much got along with everybody, but I wouldn't say I was necessarily popular. And then Keaton Boone says, you are a Christian who helps out in your church and sings in the choir. So I do go to church, but I'm not as active as I should be. And no, I do not sing in the choir. Melissa Beach says, you are as sweet as pie, a country girl. Thank you, Melissa. Sue H says, I assume you became a mom at a young age and that you do all of the household chores. And I've already answered both of those. Yes, I became a mom at the age of 21. And I wouldn't necessarily say that I do all of the household chores, but I do 90% of them. Corrine Benedy, I hope I'm saying that right. I assume you're a real girly girl when it comes to frogs. Like, you'd never kiss one even if it did save the prince's frog butt. This one cracked me up when I first read it. I'm a very girly girl. I've always been a girly girl. Last but not least, Amanda C says you are an OCD person. So I've never been diagnosed OCD, and I don't want to say this lightly for anybody that is OCD. I do kind of care about some things that an OCD person would care about. For instance, whenever I make my bed, my pillows have to line up just right. Little things like that, I guess, is what you could say might make me a little bit OCD, but I've never been diagnosed OCD. I guess you could say that I'm OCD when it comes to certain things, but I know having kids, I've lowered my standards a lot, and I've just kind of learned to get over a lot of that. So that is going to be it, guys. I don't know how long this video is now, but that's everybody's assumptions. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up, and I would also love to have you subscribe if you're new to my channel. We are almost at 24,000. We are like less than 100 away. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.